me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King crown me lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peak data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight. I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today we've got an AFC East matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air, and we are underway in Foxborough. On the return, Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Two in a throw right away. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught at the 25.
First play of the game.
All the way in for a Miami touchdown.
I don't know why in the hell you decide to press Tyreek Hill.
Aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested.
Oh,
I did not say they'd get tested on play number one. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. But that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. First and 10, Watson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Now, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
No.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Watson off play action. Trying to lay one up deep.
Come on, catch the ball.
Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, it last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Give him 12 yards there. The Dolphins have a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball.
And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're absorbing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Bubba Bolden who picks it. And the Patriots are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
On 4th down, Watson completes it to Aguilar. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. To throw is Watson. Got a man. It's
No way.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Tyquan Thornton, 48 yards. And the Patriots have got it back to within a score. Folk connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Waddle will return this from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Two and now on first down. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
All right.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. And unable to connect on the long pass. He actually brings it in, but he was out of bounds. Incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. They do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game.
Here's Mostert.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts.
Yeah, I'm playing
They'll have 2
Madden,
remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Oh my God.
Down. Slow check.
Again, it's Mostert.
Oh, why did y'all double him? That's stupid.
And it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here's Tua. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 75.
And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 21-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchdown.
He's got one more.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
The Patriots come into this one still undefeated despite the 1 tie. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a mark partner in this league without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. In addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
That shit needs to be big, bro. They be like making the corners look like they jogging and shit.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today.
Bro, he had threw a fucking pass over there with 5 of my defenders. We just hit it out in the air. Dude, we kept trying to catch it after it was tipped and nobody could catch it and the ball hit the ground.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I gotta say, if it's gonna be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
He's got a man complete. A big play there for New England. 63 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Watson. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short.
Here we go on 4th. Watson.
Oh, what the fuck happened?
Adam Shaheen.
It was like it was only 3 niggas in coverage.
Decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
I'm mad that he even got this many points. This is all up for that bullshit.
And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
White House is just gonna basically saying, I hope
his guys
BTV
put
wins.
6 on the board.
Waddle going to bring this out of the end zone now. And he returns this to the 22.
No. We already.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Nah, yeah, this
And
ain't
on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. Fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's caught it, but it was out of
He's not going to have a first
down.
down. They say he
I should have just.
So a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on down to punt it away on 4th down.
Nigga, before I threw the ball?
It is Marcus Jones.
Yes, I did.
Pulled in at the 24. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Crazy thing, dude. I think Miami receivers are going to be even better this season.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched in nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air.
Let's go, Vaughn.
So now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Nigga, pick the ball!
This is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Keep throwing it around.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Third and long, it's Watson. He's going to try and go deep again. And Watson throws another interception. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Meanwhile, Tua's throws taken in by Waddle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Looking to pass. Tua. And Wilson with it, complete.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. Inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards.
Oh, that was a fire-ass move right here, man.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you take runs like that.
85. That was Jalen Waddle I handed that bitch off to.
On 2nd and a yard.
Oh, shit. I need to stop doing that shit.
Now another timeout called for by
I need to stop that
as the clock
shit.
will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Wait a second, that's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
I should have just kicked the fucking field goal.
It doesn't at all because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a first down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. A final shot before the break. Watson. This one into the hands of Aguilar. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon.
I forgot
Final
that shit
2
was
quarters of the
working.
NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson.
Give me
And
that.
his
Come on.
pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he...
All right, let me stop playing.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the
That was
Pats
a
are gonna
terrible
get the
throw.
football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
From his goal line here, Watson
Completes this one to Thornton.
They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
After the turnover, it's Tua.
A quick slant to Hill. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode. Really try to put the
do it to motherfucking God damn it, he was over there.
Zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Running the counter with Mostert.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Tua sets up to pass it.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time.
Why did you have to throw it on your back foot? I'm just trying to.
And the Patriots are going to get the football back at their own 17. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty lopsided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Watson's throw pulled in by Aguilar.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Ready.
On first and 10, it's Mostert. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, a 16-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style.
And he's going to go down.
That nigga was right there.
On a 2-point try.
Well, they tried to get 2, and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go. The ball ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit.
He's got him in.
God damn it.
And all the way in. Touchdown.
It's supposed to be speed matchup. I was
strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let him crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And the final number on Next Gen Stats, how about this? 71 yards through the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown Dolphins.
Oh my God.
With his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion left.
On second down, Mostert. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And he gets this to Thornton, and way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
What does it do?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson.
Good.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the
Bro, like, it didn't make no sense for them to double team and B right there on the last play. Like, they need 3 to win, 2 to tie. It's like, okay, give up the 2. If you make it, you make it. Like, you gave up a wide open 3 to James Harden, Bush off for 42.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Watson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And over the middle, this is Parker. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed a push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle.
Man, 2 is so fucking cold.
And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap
I say
here in the 4th quarter.
I say the clip. I'm really too
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you free.
And that is touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill. 39 yards.
And the Dolphins extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defender don't take
let
it
him
away.
jump.
A deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Throwing on third down, Watson.
Javon, that's 4 picks.
Interception. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Tua going to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Just Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something we're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
They're coming off the edge.
They have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing on second and long. Watson, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Watson.
Jalen
Phillips in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Part of my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Now Hill to return it.
They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it'll be Dolphin football. A fourth quarter score, meanwhile, from Kansas City. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Miami,
they improved to 11-5 now with 1 week remaining.
Yeah, week 17. I win next game, I've been to sweep my whole day, my whole division. Oh my God, Tua threw for 408 yards and 7 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, 4 catches, 138 yards. Jalen Waddle, 5 receptions, 168 yards.
Really out for blood this time, look. I just came back for the win. Loud and new money in my hand. Tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, saying no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the option, I'm up in the score. I can jump and jump in the course. Follow the core and back to the moor. Take the sheet off and I do some more. No, now you're done at the scene, I won't leave anything. You won't even know. know who was involved. Don't let me do it cause I overdo it and do it till I cannot do it no more. All of the Dallas, I'm proving them wrong. Back with the classic, I know it's been long. Had it was missing me while I was gone. I smell the victory back up on time and it's where I belong. Like it ain't to me, we making history.
What's Brandon Miller overall?
88.
He got,
We only played this for pick just to get it experience. But I don't really need the pick.
hey, Tua getting nice, man. I don't know. I might keep him. he got +3 morale. But yeah, Jabbar's supposed to give him a +1 throw power for the Super Bowl trivia I got right in the league. So that'll be an 88. And then we get +1s on anything but speed for the prediction of the NBA series we get. So I'm putting that shit on his throw power. So he could get to like a 90 throw power, 90, 91 fucking round.
You might as well put that pick on the block and then there's something crazy.
Yeah,
Like
that's exactly what's on.
Change my team significantly.
Yeah, DTG gonna say I want that number 2 pick, but I know I ain't got enough for it. You damn sure don't, nigga. Not with the Patriots.
I don't like the Eagles. Nah.